Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Just walk beside me and be my friend. Always go too far, because that's where you will find the truth. No matter how hard the world pushes against me, within me, there is something stronger, something better, pushing right back. Life is a sum of all your choices. So, what are you doing today? Whoever gives nothing has nothing. The greatest misfortune is not to be unloved, but not to love. Yes, everything is simple. It is people who complicate things. You will never be able to experience everything. So please, do poetical justice to your soul and simply experience yourself. We always deceive ourselves twice about the people we love. First to their advantage, then to their disadvantage. The evil that is in the world almost always comes from ignorance, and good intentions may do as much harm as malevolence if they lack understanding. Life can be magnificent and overwhelming. That is the whole tragedy. Without beauty, love, or danger, it would almost be easy to live. Where there is no hope, we must invent it. Freedom is nothing but a chance to be better. There always comes a time when one must choose between contemplation and action. This is called becoming a man. Basically, at the very bottom of life, which seduces us all, there is only absurdity and more absurdity, and maybe that's what gives us our joy for living, because the only thing that can defeat absurdity is lucidity. Perhaps we cannot prevent this world from being a world in which children are tortured, but we can reduce the number of tortured children. No matter what cause one defends, it will suffer permanent disgrace if one resorts to blind attacks on the crowds of innocent people. We get into the habit of living before acquiring the habit of thinking. After a while, you could get used to anything. The important thing isn't the soundness or otherwise of the argument, but for it to make you think. A symbol always transcends the one who makes use of it, and makes him say in reality, more than he is aware of expressing. If we believe in nothing, if nothing has any meaning, and if we can affirm no values whatsoever, then everything is possible and nothing has any importance. We do not know how to eliminate evil, but we do know how to feed some of the hungry and heal some of the infirmed. There is scarcely any passion without struggle. Real generosity toward the future lies in giving all to the present. That is love, to give away everything, to sacrifice everything, without the slightest desire to get anything in return. For if I try to seize this of which I feel sure, if I try to define and to summarize it, it is nothing but water slipping through my fingers. The current motto for all of us can be this: without giving up on the plane of justice, yield nothing on the plane of freedom. I have no idea what's awaiting me, or what will happen when this all ends. For the moment I know this, there are sick people, and they need curing. But in the end one needs more courage to live than to kill himself. To feel absolutely right is the beginning of the end. Sometimes carrying on, just carrying on, is the superhuman achievement. Somebody has to have the last word. If not, every argument could be opposed by another, and we would never be done with it. I was comfortable in all, I admit, but at the same time, nothing satisfied me. Each joy made me seek another. I like people who dream or talk to themselves interminably. I like them, for they are double. They are here and elsewhere. Men are convinced of your arguments, your sincerity, and the seriousness of your efforts only by your death. Those who lack the courage will always find a philosophy to justify it. To be happy, we must not be too concerned with others. An intellectual is someone whose mind watches itself. This very heart which is mine will forever remain indefinable to me. Between the certainty I have of my existence and the content I try to give to that assurance, the gap will never be filled. Forever I shall be a stranger to myself. The aim of art, the aim of a life can only be to increase the sum of freedom and responsibility, to be found in every man and in the world. It cannot, under any circumstances, be to reduce or suppress that freedom, even temporarily. Poor and free, rather than rich and enslaved. Of course, men want to be both rich and free, and this is what leads them at times to be poor and enslaved. There is a life, and there is a death, and there are beauty and melancholy between. To remain a man in today's world, one must have not only unfailing energy and unwavering intensity, one must also have a little luck. I love life. That's my real weakness. I love it so much that I am incapable of imagining what is not life. In order to understand the world, one has to turn away from it on occasion. Freedom is not a gift received from the state or leader, but a possession to be won every day by the effort of each and the union of all.